Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Thoughts. I am doing your weekly reading for the end of March. I hope you are well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest to someone else. Keep in mind the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Three of Pentacles reversed. You have the Ace of Wands and you have the Eight of Cups. So Leo, I feel like there's some sort of an established foundation that is breaking down here. There could have been a contract of some sort, whether it's a physical contract, a social contract that's being broken. It is going to launch you into a very passionate new beginning. However, you're walking away from something here that is not making you happy, walking towards this new beginning. So let me see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy, please. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Fool in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles, and we have Justice in reverse. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Libra, but what this is telling me is that this person is very fear-based. They're trying to balance out their energies, but there's a sense of them needing to ground themselves. They're not really aware of what they actually have. I see them weighing up the pros and cons about a new beginning. However, they're afraid to take that risk. They're afraid to take that leap. With Justice here in the reverse, this person could be going through some sort of legal issues. It could be financial as well, because it looks like they're kind of trying to balance out their money as well. But Justice is in reverse. So this person feels somehow that they've been wronged. It has to do with you walking away. So I feel like it almost looks like there's a false start that is here. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. This could be a long-term relationship or connection. I do feel like both of you have very supportive friends or family. Ten of Pentacles is long-term, thinking about things from a long-term perspective. But yet this person is afraid to take a risk. And you feel like this is collapsing. Let me see what's affecting this. The Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, you've known this person for a long time. It looks like this could be a soulmate as well. But Six of Cups is in the reverse, which tells me that you're both trying to release and let this go. I feel like you're walking away from this and releasing this person. This person is trying to balance out their energy. Again, it's this energy of having it all, but not realizing what they have because they're not grounded. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Leo. Yeah, they're not grounded and they're acting in fear, which is causing an injustice in the situation. They want to be balanced, but it's showing me that they're not. And it's because of the fear. All right, so we have Temperance and we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a very painful ending. You're walking away from this, but as you're walking away, there's something new that's beginning for you. I do feel like this person in your energy is going to feel rather betrayed because they want to heal this connection and they feel wronged by you walking away. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. That is underlying energy, so it does again tell me that there is soulmate energy here. You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Sagittarius, but let's clarify the energies. Spirit, why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Oh, Ace of Wands reverse, Queen of Cups. You love this person, but I feel like you're very choosy about who you give your feelings and emotions to. So you're kind of keeping a lid on those emotions and the love. There's an ending that's taking place here. So let me see the Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Why is the Ace of Wands here for Leo? The Hierophant and the Magician. So you're manifesting a new beginning, which is opposite of what's actually happening here. You're manifesting this passionate new beginning, commitment, coming together in a cohesive energy, being on the same cup. And yet what I'm seeing here is it's a collapse of the foundation. It's things not working out. It's an ending, and you feeling almost like you have to clamp down on your feelings with this connection. So what's happening and what you're manifesting is very different. You may feel that this person is being a bit manipulative. You may feel that this person is in the connection only for sexual gratification. Let me see why the Eight of Cups is here. Let's see why you're walking away. You could be getting advice from somebody that you highly respect. Yeah, the Star card reversed and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is not turning out. It's a false start. It looks like a false start. You went into this thinking everything was going to work out. You've manifested it, but the actuality of it is coming out very different from what you were hoping for. And it's literally due to the fact that this person is in a state of fear, and they also are not grounded, and they're not aware of what they actually have here. So I feel like you feel that this is not balanced out. It's very painful for you, but it's putting you in a lower vibration, and this is what you're walking away from. You're walking away from bitterness. You're walking away from inactivity. You're walking away from low vibrational energy, and you're wanting to move towards something that is more compatible with what you had imagined it to be. But it's painful for you, and there's a sense of you feeling betrayed in this connection. So let's look at their energy. Why is the Fool in reverse? King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, and the Seven of Wands reverse. This person is feeling powerless. So I do see them committing to the connection, but there's a sense of, feeling powerless. They could be avoidant as well, but it's the fear that's running them. I feel like this is somebody who is, I feel like they are somebody who works very hard. They're offering commitment here. They're trying to think of things from a long-term view, but you feel that it's not stable, that this person may have broken a contract, but there's love here. So I feel like this person is avoiding conflicts or wanting to resolve conflicts, but there's fear that is underlying their actions. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? Now, it's possible for some of you, this person could be in another connection, and because they're in another connection, this is why you're walking away. That's where the low vibrational energy is coming from. And it's also indicating that it's made you kind of say, oh, well, is this person's only in it for the sexual gratification? So let me see the Two of Pentacles. This person could be juggling you and somebody else that they're in a long-term commitment with. So take it as it resonates for you. Wow, Justice in reverse again. Nine of Swords reversed. And the Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, this person's definitely feeling victimized in the situation. Although I'm not seeing that you're doing any of that. It's the fact that you're walking away from them. It's the fact that you're trying to release them. This is what's making them feel like they're being wronged here. If this person is in another connection elsewhere and they've been juggling you, they know that that's wrong. They know that that's not what you were expecting, not what you were hoping for. I do feel like this person This person struggles a little bit. They have trust issues. Sometimes they feel very hopeless here, and they have a difficult time trying to make up their mind about things. I do feel like they're tired of going back and forth. They're tired of worrying about everything. There's a sense of them, you know, having a lot of exhaustion, some sleepless nights, and they're tired of feeling those emotions. Let me see Justice in reverse. Very strong Libra energy for some of you. Page of Wands and the Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, so if this person is in another connection, I will tell you that they've gone back and forth, but the fact that you're unwilling to, you know, stay is going to cause them to end whatever else is going on. So for some of you, this person is definitely in a long-term situation with someone else, and they've juggled you with someone else, which is not what you wanted. And you actually walking away is causing them to say, okay, I'm going to create that ending so I can move towards my new person, which would be you, and I want to heal that connection. But I do feel that they have been rather indecisive, and they know that that constitutes an injustice in the situation. If they're not in another connection, I do see that this person is feeling very wronged by you walking away. And I do see that they will heal from this ending, and I see somebody new coming into their energy. So let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, you actually are ideally suited to this person. Yeah, Leo, you actually are. However, I feel like you're kind of having to take care of your own needs here. And a lot of you feel that this person is just in this for the sexual gratification. I see you doing a lot of self-care. I see you grounding yourself. I see you really working hard with regard to your money and your finances. You're focused on your home, your children, if you have children. And you're definitely doing some self-care here. You're trying to make grounded decisions. You're trying to make decisions that are long-term. This person feels that they're stuck in chaos, either because they're committed elsewhere with someone else, which you're ending this if that's the case, because even though you love this person, you're saying, okay, well, you have someone else, and I'm not going to be, you know, a third party. In their energy, they feel stuck in chaos. So if they're in another connection, they may feel, due to finances in particular, but also just not, you know, they've been trying to avoid making a decision. And so they're basically creating their own chaos here. So let me see. And I will tell you, if they are in another situation with someone else, I feel like they're not happy there. Let me see why the Six of Cups is in reverse. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and we have the Eight of Wands. So they know you're releasing them. Yeah, you manifested this person, but I feel like it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to be. And I feel that you are feeling kind of stuck right now in the situation as well. And so I do see an ending that is taking place here because you're drained. This situation is draining you, and you feel stuck in that energy. So you're manifesting something new and passionate that and commitment. Basically what you're saying is, you know, I thought that it was going to be in this situation, but if it's not, then I'm going to manifest that for myself because you're draining me. This person feels you moving away from them. I feel like if they live at a distance, and for some of you they might, and that could be part of the problem, they will travel to see you, but if not, there's definitely some communication. This person wants to talk, but they have trust issues. They're taking on a victim role. They may act like they don't care, but the truth of it is they know they have a decision to make here. And they're actually feeling rather drained as well. But I feel like it's because you're putting in some boundaries here and they feel you slipping away from them. So this is the type of person who always feels wronged by someone else. So there is communication that's going to go back and forth that's going to affect this. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. You're stepping into your power. I can see that. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And we have the World. All right, so I do see that there is going to be a loving exchange that's going to happen. I feel that it's really going to be your choice, King of Wands in the upright. You know that you're not on the same page with this person, and this is causing a lot of imbalance for you. At one point, you felt like this was your divine partner, and I do have to say that this person, you are highly compatible with them, but right now you're not on the same page. You once were, but right now you're not. I do see a loving exchange taking place. It will be initiated by this person because they are aware that you're feeling betrayed. They're aware that you're walking away. They feel you slipping away. And why? Well, because you feel that this can't be balanced out. And you don't want to, be in that low vibrational energy any longer. So as you walk away, you take your power back. This person's going to come in, and at that point, I feel like they're going to try to heal this connection. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're going to try to heal this connection. And if they are involved with someone else, I do feel like they are going to, they're going to end either a marriage or a long-term relationship elsewhere, because they know that what they're doing is they're not doing right by you, basically. And so I do see them initiating the conversation, and I see them putting an end to this cycle of injustice in order to heal the connection. Yeah. So I feel like, it's not without hope. I do think that there is, there's been a lot of pain on your side, but these boundaries that you're putting in, I think that that's going to make a huge difference. I am encouraged because I do see the Two of Cups in the upright. That's underlying energy, and that does indicate, getting on the same page, being able to work things out. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. That's communication. So I feel like this person's going to come in quickly in order to try to work things out with you, to heal the situation. And if they have been juggling you, they know that that is incorrect. They know that that is wrong. So they want to put an end to that cycle, and they're going to take steps to do so. So let me pull an oracle for you, Leo. Pulling for the sign of Leo. Pulling for the sign of Leo. Yeah, they don't want you to leave. I can tell you that. It says, what do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. So make sure you're clearly identifying what it is that you want. I would even write them down, and then, what it is that you truly desire, and then focus on that, all right? I hope that this has been helpful. I hope it's given you some clarity in this situation. If you have resonated with this reading, Leo, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are loved, and namaste.